Welcome to Direction Northeast. I'm Laura LaRue. This program is a presentation by the Communications Department of Northeast State Community College. Remember reading those Greek dramas in high school? Aristotle, Sophocles, and other host of equally strange names baffled us as young readers. Yet these plays have remained around for thousands of years. And today, colleges and universities continue to produce these classic dramas. The story of Oedipus comes to the stage at Northeast State this year, and this edition of Direction Northeast finds out what's new about the classics. We'll begin right after this.
I present to you Algebra 2, Foreign Languages, and finally, Biology. Who among you will step up to their challenge?
Me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Me too. Sign me up.
Take on the tough classes now. You need them to prepare for college.
I want to see the world.
When you pick up a book
I used to read every night to all the younger kids.
and let your imagination break free, you won't believe how much fun it can be.
Let down your
Experience a world of adventure, excitement, and endless possibilities. Get tangled up in a good book. Explore new worlds. Read. Visit read.gov today.
Our focus for this program is to go and take a behind-the-scenes look at the production and planning of the Northeast State edition of Oedipus. First, let's talk to the student designers of this production. Thanks for joining us on our show today.
Thanks for having us.
It's good to be here. Tell us about how plays like Oedipus were originally designed.
Originally, they were in amphitheaters, and all of it was outdoors, and they had the backdrop of a skene, which was a scene house, basically, and they would run in and out of there. And today, you know, we are all indoors and
Got the air conditioning.
oh yeah,
It's nice to have.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what changes have been made over time in how these plays are presented?
Not much, other than being indoors. I mean, it's pretty much still minimal props, basic, like Greek mask style. It's usually why most people find them boring, which we're changing that.
That we use a lot more females too. I understand originally
Yes.
there were only male actors, and now at Northeast we have both actors.
we're progressive here. So.
Yes. All right. Well, how is the Northeast State production of Oedipus going to be different than what has been attempted before?
Where do we start?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're using wood to build the set, and I think that's really where we end our similarity to other places. We are, with our lighting, we're, I don't want to say this, normally, light is there to help you see the actors, and we are taking that away. We are going to make this it's not going to completely dark. You're going to be able to see everybody, but lighting is going to create shadows on this stage so that they come in and out of the shadow like in normal life. And then sound, which, you know, I'm a sound designer for the show, and we have pre-recorded the chorus, and normally that's not done.
Unique.
And with Audacity, which I believe your department helped me find, we went ahead and did some really strange things to the chorus sound. So they're going to sound like they are actually out of this world.
So it's going to have a very tonal sound to it.
I reversed it and G-verbed it, and then reversed it again, so it comes in like very strange.
Kind of creepy?
Yeah.
I was getting from being backstage, I was getting a very labyrinth feel to what you all are doing. It's a very, very unique approach.
It's definitely unique what we're doing. We're instead of like coming and watching a show and falling asleep, we're going to take you out of your comfort zone and put you in the play. So as far as I know, this has actually never really been done before. Us working with Brad, with his envision and my style, we're bringing you something entirely new.
Oh yeah, and speaking of comfort zones, normally on Greek plays, they don't show violence on stage. It's all off stage. Somebody comes and tells you about it. There's going to be violence on the stage.
Yeah.
And there's going to be screaming and yelling and not happy people. So that's another difference between our play and another production, is they let your imagination do a lot of the work, and we're going to still let your imagination do a lot of the work, but we're going to give you guideposts to help you get where we want you to go.
Sit back and be spooked.
But with purpose.
With purpose.
It's not just like, hey, you know, this is going to be cool, we're going to like scare you in violence. It'll help to tell the story better.
It adds.
Especially for this generation that's coming to watch it. It's like everybody's redoing horror movies and everything to pull in a new generation. That's all we're doing with Greek theater.
And like you said, most people hear Greek play and they roll their eyes, or in my case, I go, oh, Lord of mercy. You know, so
this is taking it to a whole new level.
Yeah, we hope so.
Absolutely. Well,
we hope we're raising the bar on Greek theater right here.
Well, now tell us a little bit about the masks. Are the masks based on traditional designs?
No. No. It started that way. We were like, well, we could take it this direction. And then the more we started to think about it, it was like, okay, those are boring. They're plain, they're ordinary. So it was a collaborative effort. We got together, put our minds together, and I started to design them. And to me, the mask is the character. You look at the mask, you're going to feel what the character is. So there's a lot put into it. It's not just, hey, that's a cool mask. And they're done, the only thing traditionally that they're done is the royalty is larger, while everyone that's beneath them is pretty much faceless, unimportant, and we're using that aspect. As far as basic Greek design, no. I took it and threw it
out the window.
The intent is the same, because in Greek design they did use masks as their personas, and it was to characterize the people. There was no, like today we have many stars and you know every one of their faces and names. Back then you knew the mask. You know, you saw the mask and you said that was Oedipus, that was the queen, you know. And also the way we're doing this here is here we have raised up Oedipus, and back then they put boots on everybody. So if you were the tallest, you were the most important. So, you know, we are you know, paying homage to Greek theater in our own way, you know.
You're taking a modern approach to the tradition.
Yeah.
Sounds really neat. Well, when designing the masks, how is each character or chorus member personified by the mask structure and design?
Pretty much like what I just said. It's the supplicants, the people that are lower than their royalty, their personalities are stripped away. It's like, okay, you are infected, you have a plague, you are unimportant, so we're going to make you as minimalistic as possible. Everyone else is made, they're glorified. I mean, the colors, they're the only ones with colors. So it's, I won't say too much till the show happens, because a lot of it's still a surprise.
It's really neat. They say that living begins at the edge of your comfort zone, and I think you all are definitely taking a new approach to this play, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it. So thank you guys.
Do not bring kids.
Do not bring kids.
Yes,
this is not one for the kids.
This is not one for the kids. I think this would probably be rated PG-13 if it was a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
The storyline in general is pretty advanced, but thank you all for coming out today, and we really appreciate you being on our show.
Well, thank you for having us.
We'll be back right after this.
When you earn your GED diploma, the barriers in your life fall. Earn your GED diploma and begin your brighter future.
We can all be energy savers. It's easy. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And Turn off electronics and appliances when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Learn more at energy.gov/kids.
Take my hand and start a brand new day. And together as one we'll start to see some change.
Underneath everything we are, underneath everything we do, we are all people, connected, interdependent, united. And when we reach out a hand to one, we can influence the condition of all. That's what it means to live united.
Welcome back to Direction Northeast. I'm Laura LaRue. For the rest of the story behind the Northeast State production of Oedipus, we're here to talk with the instructor of theater, Elizabeth Sloan, and the technical instructor of theater, Brad McKenzie, who is also directing this production of Oedipus. I have a few questions for you all. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you.
What is the usual reaction when either a class reads ancient works like Oedipus or a theater group stages a production of Oedipus or Euripides?
So we both teach college, obviously, it's where we are. Most people usually groan until we tell them the story, until they read the story, and then it's so spicy and delicious and soap opera-esque, they usually end up liking it for the most part. Is that what you found?
Totally. The human experience hasn't changed much in 2,000 years, right? We still have the same conflicts of men versus their God and men versus women and children versus parents. And, you know, these stories were written 300 years after the Greek alphabet was formed, and they still matter.
Very interesting. Well, what is going to be different about the Northeast State presentation of Oedipus?
Brad and his crew have been planning this and dreaming and thinking about this since last spring. So that's your question.
I've been involved in theater for about 11 years, and this is kind of the Greek theater I've always wanted to see, if that makes sense. Because there seems to be a mold that Greek theater goes in. We have to wear our white robes or our togas and our masks or no masks, right, and leaves, and it's very presentational and speech-like, and if you read it, it's not like that at all.
Absolutely.
You know, it's gritty and it's real and it's in your face.
And you all are taking a very different approach to it, where you're kind of adding some, from what I understood from the student designers, some raw carnage in there, and it's definitely a story about love and loss, which I think everyone can relate to. Well, give us some background on how you developed the idea to present an ancient Greek theater in this manner that you all are doing.
Well, no, I think I started talking about, we're an educational theater, so we want to let our students experience all different types of theater. Last spring we did this huge musical, Wizard of Oz, which about killed us. So around that time it was like, you know what, we should do something classic, something Greek. That's what started the ball rolling, and then Brad and the same student designers and wizards started thinking about, oh, it'd be cool to do it like this. And that's when Brad got so excited. I was going to direct it originally, but he got so excited and had this great clear vision. That's when he took over, which was great because his vision is different and cool.
Neat, very neat. This is not, obviously not your first production that you're directing.
It's my first production here.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, my first one here.
So you have an impact to make there.
I hope so.
Sounds like it's going to be a very interesting, very good one, especially with this being this time of year. I'm excited to see it.
Right.
Well, have you made any changes in the actual storyline?
Our whole target audience, if you will, is the younger college-age student that has given me so many eye rolls. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So some of the flowery, more descriptive language that would have made sense if you lived in Athens 2,000 years ago, we've kind of shaved here and shaved a little there, just to give it more of a pace.
Absolutely. All right, well, compare how the stage you're designing differs from more traditional approaches on the production.
Have you ever designed a Greek play before this, or acted in?
Acted in one, yeah.
Which one?
It's Antigone, here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A long time ago?
About 10 years ago.
Yeah?
I think, yeah.
How was it done?
I think we had a wall.
A wall.
Pretty much it.
White robes?
Yeah, and we used eyeliner. Was our
The eyeliner and thickly
Greekness.
sounds like what you were describing earlier.
But I think this will be a great chance to show off this wonderful new facility here, and to kind of show people what technical theater is and can do. Because our hope is the visuals will be so interesting that our audience will be able to appreciate the story about what's happening because they're already hooked, if that makes sense.
And they almost feel like they're in it.
Right.
Well, are there any particular actors or actresses that we need to be on the lookout for?
I know, so far since I've been here at Northeast State, I love our productions when they have, of course, Northeast State theater majors, Northeast State students who aren't at all theater majors, community members, and even some students from ETSU. And so far, we've had a nice mix, which I think that's important for where we're located and what we're trying to do. So it's very collaborative. So I think we have a lovely mix. And I actually haven't seen the run yet. I'm seeing it Sunday for the first time, but I'm very excited. Are there any in particular?
Obviously, most of the main characters are pretty standout, but part of the wonderfulness of collaboration is everybody from the lowliest supplicant who doesn't have any lines per se is always engaged in the action and aware of what's going on and reacting to give the audience a sense that this is a city that's alive.
Now, I understand from the student designers that the chorus, which would normally be the background, is actually going to be taken up to a whole new level where they are going to take kind of, not center stage, but that they'll be in the spotlight too. Can you describe some of this?
Well, historically, Sophocles, who was the playwright of Oedipus Rex, had a chorus of 15 people who represented me and you, the common man, right? And in our production, we almost, since Greek mythology and theater and religion and everything is so tightly woven, we almost saw it as ethereal plague bearers from the gods. So instead of informing the audience, this is what just happened, this is what's happening next with foreshadowing, we took them in a different direction to where they're almost starting to appear in our kind of realm of reality. So there's some real spooky kind of stuff that goes on. It's pretty cool.
Did the time of year have any bearing on why you all chose to do this production?
Is it? I think it seemed just a natural choice. When we started talking about it, we're like, we should do it in October. So I guess it was.
Right.
It's not totally Halloween like last year we did Dracula.
Yes.
But I think with the effects and the look and feel, and the technical spectacle of the show, probably is more appropriate than we made. So yes, we planned it. Exactly. That's right.
Well, and it seems like you went from black to white, from going from happy-go-lucky Wizard of Oz to eerie, eerie Oedipus. So
the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes, it's time for a change up.
Exactly.
I like it. All right. Well, I understand you all are doing something kind of new to the department this year. Northeast State has been entered in the, and let me make sure I'm saying this right, the Kennedy Center American College Theater Festival.
Well done.
Can you all tell the audience a little bit about what this is and the importance of that at this school?
That's all you.
I actually went through this program myself when I was a student in graduate school. The Kennedy Center, the National Theater of America, holds a scholarship competition. So since we've submitted our show, they will send a respondent down who will come watch our show and then give us notes and give the students constructive criticism and feedback for our student actors and our student designers. Then they can get passed on, because there are 8 regions in America, I believe, in Tennessee's Region 4, which is the Southeast. Goes from Tennessee down to Florida. So our competition is all the colleges and universities from here to there. So if they feel that our students' work can compete on a at least regional scale, then our student designers and actors will be passed on. And I think the regionals are in Daytona Beach this year.
Indeed, so that'd be a fun experience.
Oh yeah. And then it's a week long of workshops and getting to meet people that are in the industry and things like that. And then from there, they have the option, if they get passed on again, to go to the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. for a week of seminars and workshops with actual Broadway theater professionals, which is really exciting.
So we're keeping our fingers crossed. I mean, here's this chance for community college students to meet the world of theater and design that they would never have that opportunity normally. So we're very excited.
It's almost like having an agent in the audience, and you're getting your chance at the
in a sense
at the spotlight. Well, neat. And I understand the representative is going to come and watch a Saturday show.
Probably.
So the Saturday show is going to be really good. Exactly. And I understand you've actually done this before. What kind of piece did you put into this?
Go ahead, brag. I'll brag for you if you don't want to.
I did the lighting for a performance of Pride and Prejudice for the University of Southern Mississippi.
When you were in grad school?
When I was in graduate school, yeah. And I had been nominated, because for design it's the Barbizon Design Awards, and for acting it's the Irene Ryan Acting Scholarship, and Irene Ryan was the grandmother on the Beverly Hillbillies. So she actually left her whole estate to this college scholarship, which is pretty cool.
That's funny.
That's pretty amazing that she did that with her life. Yeah. And you said you compared it to the Tony Awards.
Almost, yeah.
For college. Well, that's really neat.
Yeah, so Brad won in graduate school the lighting award out of the whole country of design, right? Of lighting designers. See, I can brag on him, so he doesn't have to.
We're going to expect a lot out of this production, and I'm really excited to see it. Thanks for coming out to our show today. If you want more information, you can contact the Northeast State Community College at www.northeaststate.edu. Community is very important to the students at Northeast State Community College, and this program focuses on a few of the subjects they find interesting. Until next time, and on behalf of the students, staff, and faculty at Northeast State, I'm Laura LaRue, and this is Direction Northeast.